This Champions League Matchday 8 picks edition of the Premier League Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Kalshi. Make real money predicting sports. Kalshi is available in all 50 states. You get $20 free with the promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, promo code SGPN. Welcome, everybody, to the Premier League Gambling Podcast, the jewel in the crown of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming to you from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is Monday, January the 26th. We are here to have a squiz about a Premier League weekend, which finished about 10 minutes ago with Everton versus Leeds. Before we get stuck into the mega 18 game, if you don't like that, then betting's not for you card on Wednesday night of the Champions League. Joining me with a little smile on his face, very rare thing, is Mr. Barry Penaluna. Hello, Bazza. How are you?
I'm all right.
Good.
Yeah. I'm just looking. So I was trying to remove the caption because we still had the Everton Leeds odds scrolling along the bottom.
Did we?
And then I just saw something that was that looked a little bit odd. Yeah, I'm very good. I picked a winner this week.
Did you?
Not loads of winners, but more winners than last week. So
multiple winners.
Multiple winners, yeah, multiple.
I picked fucking loads of winners.
Not as good as you, but
I picked loads of winners at any price you want, which
the
always makes
the only way was up
following
after last week. So
yeah, always makes the following show a lot more pleasant. I'm less anxious about having to sit here shamefaced. So I did really well. In fact, culminating in one of the two 1-1 draws of the week, which just finished 10 minutes ago, Everton versus Leeds. So that cashed as well. So yeah, much better week. 5-1 underdog hit, that 1-1 draw, as well as all sorts of other stuff. Newcastle slightly disappointing, but we'll get to that. We'll do some eye catches in a little while. The chat is live and kicking from bottom to top. James Mafia is here. Bob D. Lee Smith there. That is just classic little bit of British banter. All he's written is Liverpool good again, Callum. And that's all you have to write in it. It's like the My Way crack. Enough said. Callum hasn't even bothered responding. Joe Dollar might, his neck might be slightly wound in a little bit this week as well, Joe. Callum is here. And Danny Midler is off to walk in the 60 centimetres of snow that Toronto has at the minute. Yeah, that's been chaos, hasn't it? All the way up from Texas, sort of, all the way through. So, Baz, I haven't got an awful lot of crack to report from this weekend. Kids football Saturday. Lounged around a bit. What happened? I went to the match on Sunday, was mildly disappointed. Commentated on, it was rubbish. Union Berlin v Dortmund, 0-3 or 0-2. I can't even fucking remember. Just boring, uncompetitive. That one. And now I'm sitting here. So, yeah, not an awful lot to report, Baz. Anything going on your end?
Not really. More of the kids' football and just plodding around. I tell you what, I'm getting bored of this 10,000 steps a day now.
20. How long are you doing it for? The rest of this month?
Just January, yeah.
You're nearly there. At this point, you're committed, aren't you?
Well, I'm not going to feel 26th. Now. But I've just been on the treadmill for the last half an hour of the Everton Brighton game because we watched, I only had 6,500. So I jumped on the treadmill. I watched the last half hour of the game doing that. But I'm just plodding along thinking, I can't be arsed with this. I'm fucking knackered. But I've done it. So I'm sitting here on 10,044 steps. So I'll do it. I'll find it's the work from home days, Malcolm. If I'm in the office and pottering around all day, I'll chip off 5,000.
Does that take a chunk out of it?
Yeah, there's like 4,000 there without even thinking about it, So
right, okay.
When I'm working from home, I went out this morning and done like a 45-minute walk before I started doing any work. That was 5,000, but then I've never left the sofa all day, so like end up having to do a load at night. So it's I'm bored with it now. I'm coming up with a new challenge for February.
Okay, watch this space. Actually,
I've
I know I've had a go at you for doing this, and I don't like forced fun or these kind of dry January and shit like this. But only 20 minutes ago, I kind of fell foul to advertising, Barry, which isn't normally like me. And there's an advert on the telly where the bloke gets a spin bike, says it's changed his life and all this shit.
you bought
And I just have what?
Have you bought a spin bike?
No, I have not yet. I've thought about it, is what I've done. But what I was hoping was, I Googled it, was going to see that it cost somewhere in the region of about 800 quid and be immediately priced out. But voucher have got them just £5, Baz. Now, I mean, I wouldn't think twice about sticking that on a 6-1 reverse at fucking Brough Park. But to get healthy, I'm thinking, oh, that's a lot of money. So, you know, I just messed it to Betty. Do you fancy getting a spin bike? Because, you know, she's a 16-year-old girl. She needs to be active and healthy. And it's not easy to get 16 teenage girls to be out and about and off their phone and stuff. So, yeah, but whether anything comes to that or not, Baz, but why did you sound so surprised?
Well, I just don't say you want a spin bike.
No.
Mainly because you're a lazy fucker. But it's strange that you should mention a bike because I've literally just spent £1,200 on a bike today.
Oh, you see? No.
It's just an investment in my healthy future, isn't it, Malcolm?
Not really.
Well,
you could have got a spin bike for 75 quid. Just the same thing. Just put a YouTube video on of scenery.
Is the problem. I've bought a proper bike that'll go out and about all over the place. I'm going to start cycling to work is the plan. 10-mile commute for me to work. So the plan is to start cycling there and back, get 20 miles in a day doing that. So that's why I'm not going to commit to 10,000 steps next month because I'll be doing a lot of my activity on the bike insteed. I say it's 12, but I get it far cheaper through work. So I got a significant discount.
Well, that's all right.
And it comes out
my fucking taxpayers' money is going to fund your fucking fads.
Joe's asking what kind of bike. It is a Giant Revolt gravel bike, Joe.
Okay. Joe's got... This doesn't surprise me about Joe. Joe and Mrs. Dollar have got separate spin bikes in the basement. Joe looks... I think... I don't know if I've just imagined this or if we've discussed it. Joe's got military man written all over it, hasn't he? Like his picture. He's 100% on a tour or two. But you're right, Barry. I am on the lazy spectrum, as we're well aware. I think I just need the weather to change a little bit, and then I'll be all action again. I'm a very athletic young man, Baz. I mean, I'm an exceptional athlete. That's what really...
But only in the springtime.
But only when it's above, I'd say, 12 degrees. Otherwise, it's dangerous. Remember, I did both my Achilles from being in the bath too long over the winter this year. But yeah, I will, once the weather warms up, Baz, there'll be no stopping us. Let's read this out. Oh, shit, I've just highlighted something. Get easy access to all of our picks and podcasts in one convenient app. Download the SGPN app, available for free in your app store. Picks-wise, so Joe wasn't in the military, but he gets accused of it all the time. Is accused the right word? 5 winners for me, Baz, out of 10, but all the way up to 15.25 units, which is a result. Obviously helped by Manchester United, Spider-Man pajamas on everybody. They're back, Baz. We said they're back. We'll get to the eye catchers. We'll talk through the game. But yeah, great pick that at 5-1. The 1-1 draw tonight, but 9-4 was the main pick for Everton against Leeds. Chelsea were an absolute giveaway. Picked them at even money on Thursday night. We're in the pub before the match on Sunday. Simmers and Big Daft George. 13-10, Chelsea were. They drifted out to. What a fucking price that was. They were wetting themselves to get on that at 13-10. Fulham at a nice price. I think we're probably lucky, but you can afford to be a little bit lucky when they're plus money every week. They're 8-5 again to go and get that done. And I had the both teams to score in the Tottenham game. The Chelsea was Data Dave's pick as well. So Data Dave got over the line again. Well played, Dave. The only thing that sort of missed out was the draws, Baz. There was 2, so up to 6 or 7 units. But there was 2 95-minute goals. Bournemouth and what was the other one? Well, Fulham both scored very, very, very late. I know that doesn't count because a lot of the draws might have come in through last-minute goals as well. So, yeah, the draws didn't hit this week. There was a load of games. So, even Man United scored relatively late in that one. But, yeah, fine for me, Baz. And, I'll tell you what, me corned beef pie, Acca, both teams to score treble. I had both 3-2s in there, so cleared the bar by 10 metres. And then Newcastle Villa was my third one. So, Newcastle, 5 of the 6 teams scored. And let down, hoisted by my own petard, Baz. But other than that, delighted really with the results. You hit some bits and bobs.
Yeah, done all right. I mean, I started well with West Ham 6-4 to beat Sunderland, which I thought was a ridiculous pick at the time, but it come good and came in quite easily. That one. The other ones was goals, really. Overs in the Brighton Fulham game, overs on both teams to score. Liverpool Bournemouth, the game was fairly straightforward, and I had Chelsea down there as a money line pick. I had Chelsea as my lock. I was a little bit unlucky tonight. I had both teams to score no, and I also had Leeds as my underdog. So 1-0 with 15 minutes to go. I was thinking I was on for a couple of winners, but wasn't to be. It was one of the games that did look to have draw written all over it, didn't it?
Dominic Calvert-Lewin is my scorer as well. Smashed the post from 2 yards out in the first half as well. Absolute heartbreaker. I swore at the telly a lot on that one. So, yeah, over the moon. Hopefully, let's a little bit of momentum, Baz, going into February, this Champions League week. Evo is the best sports betting tool. Helps you make a profit every time you decide to place your bets. It's a tool that helps you find arbitrage and plus EV opportunities to help you lock in a profit. The dashboard on the website's beautiful, clean, easy to use. Sign up, pick the sports suite you use, and let Evo tell you how much to bet to guarantee a profit. Get started now at evo.bet. That's evo.bet. The promo code is SGPN for $18 off. That's evo.bet. Promo code SGPN for $18 off. And Kalshi, a real money prediction market, legal in all 50 states. You can trade tons of markets, NFL, college football, college basketball, the weather, snow. How much snow is Danny going walking in? At Kalshi, you can trade anything. KALSHI. Promo code is SGPN. New Kalshi customers get $20 off when they use the promo code SGPN. I mean, eye catchers wise, but go matches. Arsenal Man United is was the standout. Because we hit a 5-1 underdog, but just for a couple of reasons. Arsenal to start with are what we thought they were. It's an own goal in a manky goal mouth scramble set piece and not doing enough again. But also Man United, pleased that I pointed out there would be a team to follow because I didn't think the prices would be there. And certainly now the prices won't be there. I don't know what price they are at the weekend. I don't know who they're playing Leeds at the weekend, maybe.
Yeah, I think it is.
Man United Fulham. And Man United now are 2-1 on. So the prices have gone. But if you'd followed them last week and this week, you would have hit 3-1 and 5-1. So you make 8 units of profit. So there will be a team to follow, but there won't be a team to bet on. I wouldn't have thought that. The ship sailed with that 5-1 at the weekend. And all they did was, as discussed, put the best players in a position to go and win them a match. They've got good players. Mbermu, good goal. Cunha, good goal. Dogu, we name-checked him, saying he was in good form. Don't know how good he's going to be long-term. And then the likes of Harry Maguire and stuff. I love fucking Harry Maguire. He just turns up and defends like a bastard. And sometimes it goes wrong. But when it goes, he's perfectly capable of turning up and defending well. So, yeah, that... and it's funny watching Arsenal get beat. It's better for the neutral, I think, for the title race. No one wants Arsenal to run away with it. No one wants anyone to run away with it. We want some jeopardy coming into the last couple of months of the season. And just to watch them lose their shit a little bit's always funny, but...
Yeah, I mean, I've got nothing to say. I'm not sitting here fucking tossing off Man United. You can do that.
Are you still tossing off Enzo Lafay? Is that why?
Yeah, I've finished with that. No, I mean, did it surprise me that Man United might get something from that game? No, I'm just not. I just don't want to get involved in getting excited about Man United. It's not for me, that.
Fair enough. Darren's not having it. Here's me being magnanimous.
Someone did mention in the comments that I get the feeling Barry doesn't like Man United. Well, we both don't like Man United.
Nobody likes Man United.
One of us liked them slightly less this weekend because we didn't back them at 5-1.
Yeah.
But like you, I agree in terms of the title race. Good to keep it in. I still don't think anyone is capable of putting a consistent run together to pressure Arsenal anyway, to be honest. And yeah, I mean, I was just annoyed because I was on Arsenal, wasn't I? I took the both teams to score, but I took Arsenal to win with both teams to score. So never really looked like a winner, did I?
No, you didn't. Courtney/Patrick are here, fully decked out in the family Spider-Man pajamas, I imagine. Fefwef mentioning the Enzo Lafay incident. Liverpool, if we're going to mention that we don't like Man United, we might as well, while we're on the subject, talk about Liverpool. I just enjoyed it a lot, really. I found myself in a no-lose situation because I took Liverpool as my luck. I was then delighted, really, whatever happened. I just was happy for them not to win. And even a 2-2 draw, I was quite content with. I very much enjoy Virgil van Dijk just instantly wants to blame the nearest person to him when he's dropped. That's all he's interested in. Whose fault it? You did it. He did it. He did it. Wasn't me. And then he's blaming tripping over Curtis Jones when he thought he tripped over somebody else. Like, his instant reaction to absolve himself of any blame is absolutely ridiculous. He's taken on the Casemiro role, isn't he? All of a sudden, it's gone to pot. So we'll have to see if he can mount a fight back like Fatty Bum Bum Casemiro did.
It was the desperation of trying to find a foul somewhere. Like, they all started appealing for a foul where there was no foul at all. I don't even think they knew what they were appealing for. They just thought there must have been something. Like, someone must have fouled somebody somewhere. But there was literally nothing, but they were all pointing in every direction for that as well.
I'd also like to point out, I can double down on my claim that all foreign football teams are shit. Liverpool, who go to Marseille and win. Arsenal, who go to Milan and win. Tottenham, who beat Borussia Dortmund. Everyone beats the cream of Europe, Newcastle. And then they cannot beat Bournemouth and Burnley and fucking all that sort of rubbish. Man United. So that form line's absolutely awful. Another pick for the weekend that's worth mentioning was Yerson Mosquera. Christ, we could have been rich. We could have been rich. What, Lee? What price did you get those two?
He got 10-1 for Mosquera to have 2 shots.
Wow. So we pointed out, I said I did the commentary on Wolves Newcastle last week. Someone pointed out in the chat first. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Lee. And I said I watched Wolves Newcastle. And every time he was just in the box getting a shot off every 7 minutes. So 1 shot Lee backed and Lee backed 2 shots. 10-1, 2 shots. Mosquera got 5 shots off. Which fucking what price? I mean,
you wouldn't. None of the bookies will have gone up to that. But if you could have found 3, I bet you were getting 33-1, 25-1, something like that.
Fefwef saying he got 3 off. It was 5 in the end. Fefwef. He had that double, the challenge where Mark Gahey and Nico O'Reilly got off with each other because they blocked it for a bit. They were both Mosquera shots. So he blocked it and it came back to him. And he had another go. So he got 2 off in the 95th minute to add to the 3 he already had. That was worth another a shout out. I think the lines will probably be gone on him, but you never know. The bookies might be sleeping on it.
Wolves are certainly have a look. We'll certainly have a look again this weekend.
Wolves are returning to Bournemouth this weekend, but I don't think the lines are up yet. Player shot. So hang on. There they are. He's down the list. Yerson Mosquera is even money for over half. 9-2 for over 1.5. And 18-1 for over 2.5. Here we go. Team right, everybody. Premier League gambling podcast assemble. We'll stick 3 shots at 18-1, and that'll pay for our Super Bowl party and a few World Cup bets as well. I wanted to point out Nottingham Forest as well. Fucking waste of time they are. I've sussed them out once every 5, like Everton actually. Once every 5 weeks, They'll win away from home at 3-1. And it'll just be a dog shit win. They need to score first. They'll score first and then mangle the rest of the game, which is exactly what they've done. Brentford have territory, possession, stats, shots, XG, whatever you want. And when Forest score first, they'll win. And that's what they did a couple of weeks ago when they beat somebody. Everton did it at Forest. Everton did the same thing. So, yeah, them two, they're identical teams, Forest and Everton. So we'll be on to them. I thought Villa were really good. Did you see the Newcastle fan on Twitter today who was having a right go at all other Newcastle fans for being snobs about transfer policy? Because he said on Sunday, John McGinn was by far Aston Villa's. He'd been to the match. John McGinn was by far Aston Villa's best player. But when we were linked with him in the summer, go and look at all the comments of all the snobby Newcastle fans. And then someone's pointed out John McGinn didn't play yesterday. Yeah. So I don't know what this geezer was looking at. I just thought Newcastle were... they missed Bruno G. How on earth did neither of us pull the trigger on Villa?
I know.
Fucking hell.
The one thing we didn't pull up was the stat of Newcastle have never won a game since Bruno Gamara signed for us. When he doesn't play, we don't win. Never. Yeah. It's ridiculous. 11 games he's failed to play and we've not won one of them.
I mean, there are games we've lost while he's played as well. It can be a little bit of a
but it's
misleading stat.
To still lose 11 of 11, or not lose 11 of 11.
The top line of my instinct is Villa are a very big price, is my handicap. And it was yours as well. We both wanted Villa and somehow didn't pick Villa. The Bruno G news was up in the air. But we just looked away. It was a sliding doors again. Tonali got a score after 20 seconds. Rest of it was rubbish. And Villa had Buendia and Morgan Rogers, who were capable of doing the number 10 thing. That I'd call it the Peter Beardsley rule, whatever you want to do. And we didn't. We've had these workhorse midfielders, and we tried to get our joy down the wings. And with Gordon, Barnes has been great, but Gordon didn't turn up. Barnes, Alanga's not done it. And we were nowhere near them.
You mentioned a few times, like, it's not like we turn up and lose games in the same way every time, every week. Like, you go through weeks like Leeds and Bournemouth where we're just full of goals. And then you follow that with Wolves and Villa where you can't score a goal. Like, just from one week to the next, you just know it's so inconsistent. I mean, I'm not one of these that's having a proper fucking meltdown about it, but it is a bit repetitive. Just the same 4-3-3, regardless of situation. Yeah. And every substitute is just to replace someone in that same formation. Nothing changes. Like, we've never seen Voldemort or Vissa play together yet. Like, it just doesn't try anything different. It's bizarre. Like, every change, as soon as anyone stands up on the touchline, you know who's coming off. And it's just a for like swap every time. There's a little bit of a lack of plan B. Like, it's a little bit frustrating.
It is frustrating. And then if you take a couple of steps back, and
listen, we could go and get a result tomorrow and be in the last 16 in the Champions League. Not tomorrow, Wednesday. It'd be a miracle if we'd done it tomorrow.
Yeah. So and Barry, if you remember, we won the cup last February, so it doesn't matter anymore. None of it matters. You keep pointing this out to the lads in the pub.
You couple of poor results. I think someone shared the form table. I think Newcastle are top of the form table still for the last 5 games. Newcastle have 10 points, which is more than anybody else in the Premier League has got from the last 5 games. So that puts a little bit of perspective on it. The problem is we've got some tough games coming up. I mean, you look tonight. If Everton had won tonight, Everton would have been 7th in the league, 1 point behind Liverpool. That's how ridiculous this Premier League is. Because Everton have been shite. When did Everton last win 2 games in a row? I don't know. But they could have been 7th tonight. That's how bonkers it is this season. Bizarre.
Yeah, it's incredibly tight. Don't mind it, Baz. So we get stuck into the Champions League games in a second. Let me tell you that Underdog is your home for pick'em entries. You can win up to 5,000 times your money. Underdog is bringing the playoff magic, all playoffs long. Open the Underdog app to see what promos are waiting for you. Underdog has a brand new offer. Play $5. Get $75 in bonus funds. Sign up with the code PLGP, and Rhythm has crushed NFL this season, especially on props. They were even better in the playoffs. Super easy to sign up, run predictions off the house model or make your own, and play with the sliders. If you're looking to go premium, use the promo code SGPN25. Download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm, use promo code SGPN25. Okay. Champions League Matchday 8 is all on Wednesday. All the games kick off at 8 o'clock, is it? Yeah. And I mean, this is supposedly the mega exciting new format. I think, just in general, Baz, do you think this is better than the alternative? You don't?
No, I didn't last year, and I don't think I've been swayed this year.
I don't mind it. I think it's better for teams like us.
Well, that's it. It's easier for us to get into another round of Champions League football. But is that the point of the Champions League? Just to have loads more teams? You know, your knockout stage consisting of 24 teams getting through is just a bit much. And I just don't like. I don't like the fact you can look at someone's schedule of fixtures, and you could have a team like, let's say, I don't know Copenhagen, but let's say Copenhagen might have played Barcelona, Bayern, Real Madrid, Dortmund, and then you've got Tottenham playing Paphos, Stuttgart, fucking Frankfurt, whatever. Like, I don't know. I just like the fact that you look at your group and everybody in that group's got you know what you're playing. You know you're playing home and away. There's a bit more consistency with it. I don't know. I just don't like the fact everyone's schedules are all over. It's just very different.
I like seeing different teams. I enjoy watching Newcastle play 7 different teams. Even last week, I was saying to Bob on the way, like, that was his 3rd Champions League match. But that was saying to Simmers and Andy. I think Simmers said it was his 10th Champions League match in his life.
Yeah, from a fan's point of view, if you just want to watch more Champions League football, then it's perfect. You're guaranteed 8 games. You're guaranteed 4 at home. And as I say, a decent enough chance, with a couple of wins, a decent enough chance of getting through and having a 2-legged tie against a decent side. And
when you're not watching it all the time, I don't mind watching more of it. I don't mind just going into these playoffs. So this is the thing. So with this round, it's meant to be the big final day, as it stands table, everyone's shuffling up and down. But if you look a little bit under the bonnet, there's not that much jeopardy. There's the jeopardy is like for Newcastle, you qualify or you still qualify. Do you know what I mean? Like this, it's a huge giant safety net of another home and away, and then the teams that are in the lower reaches of the top 8 and then the top 8, they've got a lot of easy home fixtures. There's not that much genuine jeopardy. There's lots of games of the same type, the same kind of games, like teams who can qualify against teams who can't. But as it stands, Arsenal are through in first already. And the top 2 get seeded, don't they? The top 2 get an easier run through. Do they get all home draws, I think?
I can't remember. I remember last time Liverpool finished top and then cried because they got PSG, despite the fact PSG had finished 20th in the group or something like that.
Bayern are all but there in second place. Real Madrid and Liverpool and Tottenham look safe. They're on 15 and 14 points respectively. If you remember, we tipped up Tottenham at 3-1 to finish up there. And then the sort of jeopardy lies in the 2 tiers below that. 6th down to 13th. All have 13 points. And then 19th down to 26th have 8 and 9 points. So that's where it kind of happens. I went through the games game by game. There was a load I just wasn't drawn to, even a little bit. But I started with, completely coincidentally, by the way, this is the game I'm covering on Wednesday night. This new company I'm working for haven't got enough commentators to do 18 simultaneous Champions League games. Anyone who's booked the night off or is unavailable is being offered all sorts of things. So if anyone wants to commentate on a game, if anyone wants to do Kairat Almaty or something, I'm sure we can get you on air. But I'm doing the 8 o'clock kickoff between Athletic Bilbao and Sporting Lisbon, where Bilbao are the 6-5 favourites, plus 120. The draw is 5-2, plus 250. And Sporting Lisbon are 11-5, plus 220. Now, I kind of realised the folly of what I'm going to do here, because I faded Bilbao last week. I backed Atalanta. Atalanta were 1-0 up at half-time. I've watched Bilbao, for one thing, up here. They're rubbish. Nothing they've done elsewhere suggested they weren't going to be rubbish. They were 1-0 down at half-time, and then somehow, out of nowhere, scored 3 second-half goals and won 3-2. And it just wasn't in the locker. So, and I don't think they're going to be able to do it again. That was an outlier last week. And that's what makes these prices. I don't know how Bilbao can be favourites and half the price. They gave themselves a chance of qualifying. They're in 23rd. Sporting Lisbon are in 10th. But I don't think they can repeat it. And Sporting Lisbon have a chance of making the top 8. Like I said, that they're in that group of teams on 13 points from 6th down to 13th. Their away form isn't great, but they've faced tough opposition, just like you mentioned, Baz. Juventus, Napoli and Bayern, they've gone to. This is a step down, 100% a step down. They beat PSG last time out. The domestic form is fine. Bilbao's domestic form is fucking awful. 1 draw and 4 defeats in the last 5 games. Sporting Lisbon are way too big here, so this is my underdog play, Baz. I'll take Sporting Lisbon 11-5 plus 220.
Yeah, well, I've got a pick in the same game, but it's a different pick. I've got a different way around this. I just thought it looked like a good game due to both teams having something to play for. So Sporting are up in 10th after beating PSG. Really good win against PSG in the last round of games. So top 8 spot is within reach for them. And I do like Sporting in this. I fancy their chances, and I think they'll have a good chance of getting one of the automatic spots. But Athletic Bilbao sitting in 23rd. So they are still in the qualification spot, but not guaranteed to qualify. They are hanging on by the virtue of goal difference at the moment. So I think it's essentially a free hit for Sporting. They're into the next round, or certainly at least into the playoffs, but with a chance of doing better. And I just think both teams will be going for it. Athletic have to go for it. And I like the goals in it. Sporting have gone over 2.5 in 6 of their 7 so far in this competition. Athletic Club have had a couple of blanks in this competition, but against decent opponents. They played out 3-2 last week against Atalanta last time out. Over 2.5 is going to be the pick for me in this one. Over 2.5 at 4-5, but I don't mind over 3.5. I think we'll have a lot of goals in this one. Sporting might come out on top of it, but I think there'll be goals either side.
Just caught another one of those flies, Baz. I mentioned last week that my tropical plants have invested the house with flies. There you go. I've just missed a Miyagi'd one live on the stream. Bastard thing. I really, really need to sort that out. You know, I'm becoming incredibly, even more unpopular than usual around here. Joe thinks goals as well, Sporting, with both teams to scoring over 2.5 in that one. I tell you, the Sporting Lisbon striker is a good player, Luis Suarez. Scored twice last week against PSG. 5-1 first and last. 6-4 anytime for Luis Suarez. So I don't mind that. Callum's noticed me. Fefwef's what he claims is me cocaine nail. I've always had long, pretty nails. It's just a thing in it, Baz. You remember this from Baz can vouch for my long nails.
There's nothing pretty about them, like
they are very pretty. Look who's here, Scotty too hotty. This is Joe's fault. Scott Reichel from the MLB gambling podcast. He's from every gambling podcast.
Get him up. Can we get him up now? How do we get Scott on here now?
I don't know.
Give us his best pick.
You know, do I look like Steve Jobs? If I had the technical capability,
I knew how to invite him in. I would invite him in.
Well, Scott is a Manchester City fan. Scott does every show on the network, including the tennis. But he must have picked a few winners last week. So Joe Dollar decided to needle me and you on X. There's definitely room for Scott when it comes to the World Cup, though. We'll be looking for Canadian picks from someone, and we'll be getting the Team USA lowdown off Scott. Hiya, Scott. I haven't spoken to Scott for ages. MLB is round the corner, though. Pitchers and catchers soon, and the WBC coming up. So that's all exciting. Right. Next up, I'll go again then, Baz, because you followed me with the same game. Club Brugge against Marseille is next up. Club Brugge are 15-8 plus 187. The draw 13-5 plus 260. Marseille favourites 7-5 plus 140. This is 27th against 19th. And the angle he has goals. Bruges can still sneak into the playoffs with a win, so they'll be going for it. Marseille can fall out with a loss. So this has got shootout. This is one of the ones where both teams just have to go for it. Bruges have been a mixed bag, really inconsistent, but they've thrown a couple of fun results in. They had a 3-3 with Barcelona, and then they scored 4 at Kairat last time, which, I mean, everyone scores goals there. Plenty of goals in the Marseille games. 6 of their 7 have gone over 2.5, which is perfectly fine data. Hopefully it's a shootout. I agree with Danny here. Danny's got in first with a bet. Both teams are scoring over 2.5. It's 4-5, minus 125. Fef co-signs that as well, Baz.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I nearly got involved in that game, and I would have been looking at goals as well, so don't mind it. My next one is Frankfurt v Spurs. What am I doing?
Looked at this, and I couldn't work it out, Baz.
I don't know what I'm doing, getting involved in Spurs again.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Or Frankfurt. Frankfurt are like the German Spurs, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Frankfurt 16-5 plus 320, 29-10 the draw plus 290, and 4-5 Spurs minus 125. Yeah, I mean, it's a dead rubber for Frankfurt. They can't qualify now. Spurs still with a chance to lock in the top 8 spot. We tipped them up for that early on. We talked about, the strength of schedule as it is for Spurs. And the Spurs Champions League form is in stark contrast to the Premier League stuff. They've only lost once in this competition, lost away to PSG. And as I say, an easier run of fixtures, but you've still got to beat what's in front of you. And to be fair, they're struggling to beat far worse teams in the Premier League week in, week out. But in the Champions League, there is a bit of a split in terms of home and away. They've won all 4 home games without conceding a goal, but only 2 points away from home from their 3 away games. And they have conceded 7 away from home, albeit 5 of those came against PSG. I think Spurs are going to get loads of opportunities for goals here. It's a big opportunity for Spurs. It's another one where, free hit, you're in the next, you're getting more games out of it regardless, but a big opportunity for them to get top 8. Frankfurt give up tons of goals. Spurs have scored 2. What have I got? I can't read my own notes. Spurs have scored 12, in the last 4 in this competition. And Frankfurt have conceded more than any other team in the tournament. They've conceded 19 goals, Frankfurt so far. My first thought was the match goals. Over 2.5 and both teams to score was what I was thinking here. But with Frankfurt playing for nothing and Spurs having plenty to go for, I felt Spurs team total was probably the safer play. I mean, quite how anything Spurs related is a safe play, I'm not quite sure. But it's where I've gone anyway. This Frankfurt defence can give up goals to absolutely anybody. Spurs team total over 1.5 at 8-11.
Yeah, Tottenham 3-2 is the answer, Buzz. Fef's going for Jed Spence shots. The only thing with Tottenham at the minute, so Spence played at the weekend left wing back, as Fef points out. The Tottenham started 8 defenders, and Thomas Frank will tell you some of them are doing different jobs, like Jed Spence, but he's a fucking left back, like Archie Gray, whatever. They started 8 defenders at the weekend. That game against Burnley, I know we didn't do it in the eye catches, but didn't we say they've got 2 good players, Romero and fucking Van de Ven, who score the goals from centre-back? They wanted to score the 2 goals. They'd scored the goals the week before in the Champions League. That's fucking it. Absolute shambles. Andy Williams has joined us.
Absolutely, Malcolm, because they're going to sign another left back, aren't they? Because they're going to sign.
Oh yeah, get Robertson in there.
Robertson is the next one in.
Andy was it was worth mentioning Wrexham for the weekend. Absolute scenes for Wrexham. Andy's he's got my kids fucking Wrexham career. Betty came running down the stairs at 5-5 on Saturday. She's going, Wrexham have gone 3-2 up. I don't fucking care. She seen it, then just went running off again. And I noticed Andy had changed his WhatsApp profile picture to Wrexham's winner, like he's a 16-year-old girl or something. Andy, grow up, will you? No one cares. Barry, it's time for the game that has gripped the nation, not just this nation, gripped the Northern Hemisphere. You'd be pleased to know, Barry, that the FIFA officials have persuaded my boys back onto the pitch. They've come out, so we are going to carry on. Barry scored a penalty last time out to go 3-1 up. Very much in the death throes of this game. It's by kick-off, Baz. I mean, I'm not fucking interested. I'm going to play that. I think it looks like Terry Hibbert. Maybe it's Kenny Hibbert. 8 in a straight line, Barry. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Just past your penalty spot, Baz.
Okay, I'll go 9 forward, 3 to the right,
1,
5
2, 3,
forward,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many?
3 to the right.
1, 2, 3.
5 forward.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the big news is, Barry, after those moves, there is only 3 cards left in the discard pile, which is the final whistle, Barry. The final whistle goes on this.
Is that not a shot on goal?
No, it's on the edge of my box, man.
Is it? I thought I might have got a last-minute shot on goal there. Like.
No last-minute shot on goal. The final whistle has gone. Shirt over your head. So anyone who backed Barry 3-1.
Can't be bothered.
Both teams to score and Barry to win. That was a winner. Barry on the handicap, that would have been a big prize because you went off underdog here, Baz, didn't you?
What about the Battleships kick-off double?
Have you won the Battleships kick-off double?
Well, of course I have. I've won everything.
Holy
There's
shit.
nothing I haven't won.
I think Lee speaks for everyone when he says
I'm glad it's over, like.
Right. The good news is, though, we've now got only a matter of months before I think of something. If anyone's got any decent suggestions, by all means, let us know, and I will almost certainly ignore them because I only like doing things that I've picked. So there you go. Right, I'm going to the Liverpool match next. So Liverpool are taking on Qarabag. Liverpool are 1-9, minus 900. 8-1 the draw. 18-1 Qarabag. And surely you have to give Qarabag a goal here, don't you? They've scored in 6 of the 7 games. In fact, they've scored 14 goals in those 6 games. So the 6 times they've scored, they've knocked up 14 goals. And I've watched them a few times. I did the first commentary on them when they beat Sporting Lisbon away. And because they're the early kickoff a lot, because it's cold where they live, they're often, so I often watch them because it's the early kickoff. And they're just happy to go for it. This, for them, is a huge source of national pride. It's the big thing. Like, they're not going to die wondering, even if they're sitting snug in what I think they're safest houses, aren't they? They're sitting in 18th place. So they're 2 points. They're not, I would take
they're
a
not completely
miraculous
because they've got the worst goal difference of those on 10 points, haven't they?
Yeah, so, but that won't put them off at all. There's no way they're going to go to Anfield as for a huge source of national pride to go to this big name brand or whatever and not try. That it's a proper adventure for them. Liverpool are going to save in the top 8. They have kept 3 clean sheets in 7 in this. But it's just hard to trust them defensively, seeing what we see week in, week out in the Prem. 3 goals again. We've already talked about Van Dijk just wandering around pointing at people. Liverpool might make some changes. I don't even know what players they've got available. I mean, it might be Endo in at centre-back or something. Do you know what I mean? I just had to give Qarabag a goal. And if you're feeling a little bit fruity, the Qarabag team total over 1.5 is 6-1. Don't mind that at all. But so both teams to score is 11-10. And Qarabag team total 6-1, Baz.
Yeah, well, I've got the same game and the same pick. Or have I? What was your main pick there? Sorry, you chucked out 2. You've confused me.
BTTS.
Yeah, same pick. I think. I mean, as I say, I think Qarabag still have a bit of jeopardy because they are the worst goal difference of those on 10 points. We did say we thought 10 points would probably get you through. I think Qarabag will still be looking over their shoulders at the moment. In ordinary circumstances, Liverpool at home to Qarabag, I think they technically still need a point to be certain of the top 8. You'd expect it to be straightforward. But this Liverpool team currently, in their current form, nothing is certain at all. And Qarabag, I just think, will make a nuisance of themselves. They've got 3 wins in this competition, which, to be fair, all came against teams who look like they are going to miss out. But a decent 2-2 draw with Chelsea was the other point. And it's the goals that stand out. 13 goals scored. They've scored twice in 5 of their 7 games. Even in defeat to Ajax, they scored twice. And then you've got Liverpool, who've just conceded 3 to Bournemouth at the weekend. I mean, they've had a few clean sheets lately, but equally, they've conceded goals to Burnley and Bournemouth and teams like Burnley and Wolves, for example, teams like that. Liverpool might well win. 1-8 for a team with 2 wins from their last 7 games. I think it makes it impossible to try and get Liverpool on side. Both teams to score, same pick. I think it's a good pick. I fancy Qarabag for a goal. Liverpool will probably still win. Both teams to score at 11-10 is going to be my pick as well.
Liverpool make me sick, says Fef. Just made me laugh. Qarabag over 2.5 at 25-1. And the absolute barefaced irony of Lee Smith saying crap team from a crap area from the Burnley fan is that's not lost on me, Lee. Don't worry about that. Burnley scored against him. It's a similar thing in it. I imagine I've been to Burnley, remember, last year. It's not unlike downtown fucking Baku is where they're from, I think. Anyway, right. One more for me, and it's Napoli against Chelsea. Napoli 21-10 plus 210, 13-5 the draw plus 260, and Chelsea 5-4 favourites plus 125. It's another shootout. Napoli are one place outside the playoff spots. They're really the one team on the outside looking in. Who would expect to be looking in. Maybe Benfica down the bottom as well. A couple of the teams like Qarabag and maybe Olympiacos who are in. But Napoli and Benfica. So Napoli have got a chance to get in. And they're only outside on goals scored. There's another fly there, Baz. Oh, it's on the only problem is it's on the keyboard. So if I smash it, I might knock the whole thing off. I'll have to leave it. What am I talking about? Napoli. So, yeah, they're outside the playoff spots on goals scored. So, not much in it at all. The draw might be okay for them, but they don't know that. This is one where they're going to have to go for it. And Chelsea are in 8th. They're right on the cusp at the higher end. So, they have to go for it as well, or they're going to drop into a playoff, which they don't want to. So, I just think it all adds up to goals. So, the over 2.5 goals, I didn't tag on the both teams to score for some reason. I thought there might be a 3-0 in this. But the over 2.5 goals is 4-5, minus 125.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I haven't got that game. My final one is going to be the PSG v Newcastle game.
I didn't even want to consider this. I'm so fucking...
Well, I didn't plan to, but I knew you'd pick 4, and I wanted to pick 4 just so you couldn't say I'd pick less than you.
What a grafter you are.
Although I believe you've got an Acca and I haven't, so I've still done less work.
I've got an Acca, yeah.
As per usual. From a Newcastle point of view, I think most people should be happy to have got to this stage. You've qualified for some knockout football in the Champions League, but with a chance of top 8. I think we had quite a tough schedule in this, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility we go here and get a result. It's still a massive ask, but we went there and give them a good game last time round. Depending on which Newcastle turn up, it's possible. That said, like I say, it's a big ask, but PSG's recent form in this is poor. They've defeated Sporting and Bayern, a draw against Athletic Bilbao, who you said are shite. And even when they beat Spurs, they let Spurs score 3 goals at their ground. Both teams need it. Massive one for both teams. They're neck and neck in the table. A win for either secures a top 8 place. A defeat leaves it massively unlikely. I think it's very much a free hit for Newcastle. I feel the expectations all going to be on PSG, who will be expecting to win. Might sound a little bit like I'm angling towards a Newcastle pick here, but I'm not. But I think we can make a game of it, and the PSG form suggests that there'll be opportunities there. PSG themselves are the highest scoring team in the tournament. They have scored 20 goals so far, but they've conceded 10. So they're averaging over 4 goals a game in PSG games. 5 of the last 6 went overs and BTTS in PSG games. Newcastle's games went over 2.5 in 6 of 7 in this competition. So I think there'll be goals there. I think both teams will have a proper go to try and secure top 8. Over 2.5 and both teams to score here at 5-6.
Not a fucking chance, Barry. I don't know why we just don't completely punt this game. Me and you go and play. Like, we've got fucking no chance. Absolutely. We could have played all day yesterday and not scored. We could have played all day against Wolves and not scored. We could have played all night against Man City and not scored. As long as my arse points south, we're not going to touch them tomorrow. We'll get beat by at least 2. PSG handicap, I'm putting out a bonus pick here. Hang on. I'm absolutely not buying it. PSG -1. This is a fucking great pick. Alternative Asian handicap. PSG -1.5. 17-10. No. 13-10. +135 is the answer. Not buying that at all. I've got a little Acca. It's a both teams to score accumulator on a couple of the games that I've picked. So Brugge, Marseille and Napoli, Chelsea, the 2 games I fancy for shootouts. And I put Benfica v Real Madrid in. If you remember, I watched Real Madrid last week and they won 6-1. And it could have been maybe 9-5. They've got no desire to defend at all. Like, they couldn't give a shit. Benfica at home have been not too bad. But anyone playing Real score a goal. So both teams to score treble in the games at Benfica, Brugge and Napoli. And that's 14-5 +283. And I think, Baz, we've just about cracked it. Have you anything else you want to tell the people?
No, I think I'm done. I've got a busy week. We might have to do Wednesday night for the Premier League this week. How does that work for you?
Yeah. Well, I haven't got a lot on, Baz, to clear. I'm going to be honest with you.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, it used to be a Wednesday night every week for the Premier League, didn't it? It used to be a Sunday and Wednesday, and then we've gradually just creeped it forward later and later every week. So I am at a gig on Thursday night, I am at a gig on Friday night, and I am at a gig on Saturday night.
So it's good Wednesday then, isn't it? No bad.
Three nights in a row. I am 3 cities.
The only issue I've got is obviously I'm commentating on the
we can do it 10:30 or whatever. We'll be all right.
It's a bit, it's a big emotional.
Right. Wednesday will be all right. We'll have a good bit of football to discuss after the big bonanza of Champions League.
What I'm saying to you is I'll be emotionally drained. It's like if someone went on to the Globe to see Shakespeare. Like, you expect the actor, you wouldn't get him to come straight. He's been knackered at the end. Do you know what I mean? Pouring bottles of water over their head and that. That's me. And then you just expect me to come on and immediately do another hour of this nonsense. You're not having it, are you? No.
No, not at all.
Do you have any strong thoughts on taxidermy, Baz?
Don't tell us you've bought some.
I think I might take it up.
Oh, take it up.
Yeah. I haven't bought any. Why would I buy it when I can do it myself?
What are you going to be taxidermying?
I thought about maybe a ferret or like a duck to start with, and then I'll make my way on to the big stuff.
Where are you going to find the ferret or the duck?
Well, you've got to go to the taxidermy shop, haven't you? Get the fucking skin.
Oh, do you buy like a set?
Yeah.
So you get the skin and then all the stuff to fill it with.
Or if something perishes of natural causes, like these flies are a bit small, but something I could get something locally. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I ultimately want to do something like a silverback griller. But like most things that I try, Barry, I always go in at the deep end. So a silverback griller is probably, I need to do like I say a shrew or something. Do you know what I mean? A field mouse. And then we'll go. I will cut that. This cork nail will come in handy when I'm doing little incisions. You're absolutely right around the bum hole and that. Right, okay. We've finished with the word bum hole. Barry, thank you for that. Everyone enjoy the Mega 18 game card. I want to see some big old slips on X from everyone who's got the bets on. Looks like we'll be back on Wednesday night, according to Bass, to do the Premier League. So good luck with your bets, and we will see you all down the road. I'm not even repeating what Lee's just said. Cheers, bye.